Welcome to the What the Guru podcast for August 7th, 2024. Please be sure to subscribe to this channel for the latest interpretation of weather in the lower 48 United States and tropical weather as well. Thank you for your support. Right now we're looking at tropical storm Debby, off the South Carolina coast, and another area of interest that's given a low chance of development here as it heads towards Central America. So right now Debby is winds of 60 miles an hour is strengthened a bit here as it's going to make a second landfall somewhere along the South Carolina coastline. Pressure's down to 995 millibars. The movement is at northeast to 3 miles an hour, so just about as fast as a person can walk. It's very stationary, but it's supposed to move later on tomorrow and Friday up the mid-Atlantic, and finally out of our hair, Debby will be on Saturday up into the Canadian Maritime. So Debby brought major flood threat is the main thing with Debby as it continues its assault here, and you can see the watches and warnings have to do with rain. And so far, we've given reports up to 12 to 16 inches of rain in certain areas north of Savannah, Georgia, and the Charleston area. And of course, the rainfall totals in Florida were amplified as well. So tropical storm force winds are lashing out at the coast. We don't want to forget our folks in Wilmington and Carolina Beach and all those areas too. On the North Carolina coast either, because they're getting a lot of the tropical storm warning in effect in blue, and they're also getting a lot of rain from the outer bands kicking up here. So rainfall potential continues to be anywhere from 4 to 6 inches, some isolated pockets of 8 inches away from 90, the closer you get away from the shoreline, but about 4 to 6 inches remain here for Debby in the Carolinas here. And then it's going to be pulling away into the central Virginia and up through the mid-Atlantic here in Pennsylvania, bringing about 2 to 4 inches of rain. So not as much rainfall for the Northeast, but beneficial rain for Pennsylvania, New York, New England as well during this time of year in August. So nobody will probably be below normal rainfall totals for the year up in the Northeast after this comes through at the Debby, as it merges with a frontal boundary here, and becomes extra tropical on sometime on Friday or Saturday there. So that's gonna be good news. Be careful in the mountainous areas here though, and the Shenandoah Mountains down the Blue Ridge Mountains here, because some of that rainwater could run off of some of the valleys there and cause some ponding and some issues on the roads there and some of the back hollows there in those mountains of West Virginia and stuff like that. So anyway, that's what you'll watch out for. National hazards right now, National Weather Service hazards have to do with heat, and heat's all in the south and the Sun Belts, from Dallas-Fort Worth to Shreveport, back toward Jackson, Birmingham, Mobile, Biloxi on I-10, Pensacola, down through Tallahassee, and all the way down on the East Coast here, 95 to Gold Coast, from Jupiter, West Palm Beach, down through down through Fort Lauderdale, Miami, the Keys, and over toward Naples and Golden Gate. Heat warnings in effect, heat advisories in effect in orange. And then we have, of course, the stuff associated with Debby, the flood warnings, flood watches all the way down the spine of the Appalachians into the coastal plains of Virginia, North Carolina, and up and the Midlands of South Carolina. And then we also have the out west, we have the excessive red flag warning. So be careful if you're doing any hiking up in Yellowstone National Park or any of the parks in Boise or Utah. There's very dry conditions there in pink, and so just keep that in mind if you're doing any camping or hiking. Don't burn anything, but if you don't have to. So heat advisories are also in effect west of the Cascades here. So Seattle, Tacoma area, Kitsap, all those areas there, Bellingham, those areas are under heat advisories, so temperatures continue to be hot there as well. Looking at the national satellite, the Atlantic satellite picture here in the basin for any tropical development, we have upper level low spinning here just to a couple hundred miles east of Bahamas. We have nothing in the Caribbean, just some showers floating over Jamaica, and as well as Haiti and Dominican Hispaniola, and we have some showers, of course, associated with that invest area that's given a 0% chance of development now as it moves inland. That's over Panama, Nicaragua, Costa Rica area. And then out west, the Pacific is very active. We have Emilia and Fabio, which merge together, kind of phase together around each other there. The Fujiwara effect, that continues. And some of these waves here behind it look very healthy, but they're all moving away out to sea. So just of interest for maritime interest there. So very good news there as well. Outlook for 6 to 10 day climate outlook shows a heat dome continuing to build into Texas. So the Red River Valley, Dallas-Fort Worth, Arlington, Oklahoma City, Wichita Falls, Tulsa, back up into Kansas, Salina, Wichita, Topeka. You guys are going to be in Little Rock. You guys are going to be experiencing heat, above average heat for the next 6 to 10 days starting tomorrow. And then the area Mid-Atlantic is going to go back to normal temperatures or below normal temperatures, which will give it a little brief respite from the heat the summertime heat, as well as out west. You're going to get a brief respite. I know California, the high and low deserts, and the coastal areas, so anywhere from Salinas up to the PCH through Lompoc and on up through Marina Del Rey and San Francisco Bay Area, they're going to get a respite from the heat. And as well as Oregon and Washington, you're going to get a respite from the heat with below normal temperatures delineated in the blue there. And our thoughts are prayers with California. They had a 5.2 earthquake yesterday morning there. And no damage reported, but it just reminds you that can, there's an occurrence out there in California. It's earthquake country there as well. So, but the above average temperatures are going to be focused right now in the nation's heartland, in that mid section of the country there. And that's what we're going to be seeing for the remainder of the time there. So, let's be mindful of that as we continue to go through. But I want to show you also the severe weather outlook with SPC here. And right now, the severe weather is just a marginal risk today, a slight risk delineated in yellow for the high plains in Nebraska and eastern Colorado. Is the east of Fort Collins there. So we're coming along 76 there through Nebraska into Colorado. Be very careful. Could be some hail, strong hail, some gusty winds blowing out there. And also, of course, associated with Debby, coming out of Wilmington, Carolina Beach, north of North Myrtle Beach and all that area there, in that little pocket there. And then it dies down. Tornado risk is low today, and the hail risk, of course, like I said, once again in that Nebraska, eastern Colorado zone, and that remains the focus there for that day as well. And then, like I said, temperatures are going to be pretty hot today. If not the heat, it's just going to be cloudy. So it's heat and clouds, the name of the game. In the center part of the country, triple digit readings, and also in the deep south, triple digit readings continue. And the northeast will get a break, like I said earlier, and then out west you're going to get a break from these triple digit temperatures too as well, coming up soon. So this has been your Weather Guru forecast and tropical weather update for August 7th, 2024. Please be sure to subscribe. I thank you for your support. Look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Take care.